Hi, my name's Lauren. I'm an OTA, and this is Kim, an OTR. And this is our YouTube channel, OT in the Real World. And today we're going to be talking about part 2 of sensory brushes. So if you haven't already, go ahead and look back at our last video of part 1 of sensory brushing that deals with more of the theory and when to do it. So today we'll be talking more about the technique of it.
Yeah, so we'll get into some actual brushing. You know, there's a lot that we develop over the years in our technique as therapists, and I'm realizing we can't possibly tell you everything we know. That's what we go to school for. But we just want to give you some strategies that you could use as a parent at home or a teacher in a classroom. So again, last time we talked about brushing. You're going to orient the brush vertically over the clothing and horizontally when it's on skin. It's really firm pressure when it's vertical.
So you just want to keep it straight on the clothes.
Up and down.
Up and down, and then sideways on the skin.
And if you can't remember that, just go horizontal. Just go sideways because that way, you know, no fail technique there. So if I'm about to approach a child, I'm probably going to get like pretty close and in a bit of a secure, what I would consider a secure position. I'm kind of enveloping her with my legs or my body, just because I wanted her to feel safe. This is a new activity. And I will have left the brushes out for a minute first, like maybe I'm close to her and I'm letting her look at these brushes. If you just think about someone coming at you with something that you've never seen before and then they're rubbing it on your body, it's a little strange. Mm-hmm. So I want her to be able to explore that. Typically, in my experience, the kids will try and grab it from me anyway if I don't do that, so I'm just eliminating that step. If I only have one here, I'll tell her, okay, my turn with the brush, and I'll take it from her. And then I can start up here at the shoulder and just go up and down. Again, I'm turning the brush, you don't have to. I'm going to go up and down all around the arm. After a couple of those, I might just give her back the brush because she's probably wanting to see it again and like, what are you doing to me?
And they're touching it while you're brushing.
Yeah, let them explore. Some people say, what if they put it in their mouth? So what? It's not toxic.
Yeah, and they're soft. And they're soft bristles. It's not super hard.
It's not going to hurt your mouth.
Yeah.
And then if our student claims one that way at school, then we'll just label it with their name and it becomes theirs. I actually usually start on the palm just because they can really see what's happening. But you can go ahead either on the hand or on the shoulder. Other area that you can brush is the back. You can make like a W on the back. You're going to still go nice and firm. And you can brush, if you want, you can turn around now. You can go from the hip down to the leg. You can do the feet, but that's a really sensitive area. So I wouldn't do that the first time.
Yes.
Some good practice is that while I'm brushing, I like to count. So I might count, okay, after I do a couple, I'll say, oh, do you want more or are you all done? And if they tell me more, and for my nonverbal students, what that looks like is they usually put the brush back in my hand and give me their hands. Then I'll say, how about 5 or 10? Or we'll sing a song, and when the song is done, we're done. That just lets the student know when the activity is going to begin and end. Because again, especially with a new experience, you want them to know what to expect. And then you want to finish with a finishing technique. So we would do joint compressions, but if you've never done those before on someone, you can tell the student or child to jump up and down. That's the easiest way. Or march, stomping feet. That's the way to give joint compressions through the legs and hips. And for their hands, you can tell her to squish her hands together, squeeze, or you can just give her some deep pressure squeezes up and down her arm, including the hands, kind of like a nice little hand massage. I'm using firm pressure, and I'm trying not to dig in with my fingers. I'm using my hand as kind of a unit so that there's uniform pressure throughout. So those are the basics. I do want to tell you, never brush the face, the chest, or the stomach. You can get some adverse responses there. You don't want vomiting, trust me. You don't want high blood pressure and that kind of thing. I don't mind if she's holding the brush and she wants to touch herself in those areas. She's controlling that input so she knows what feels right for her, but I'm never going to touch her in those areas. So those are the very basics. We hope you come back.
So go ahead and hit subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.